Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about clearing up our rowing technique, and we're going to explain why we are such big advocates of single arm rowing exercises. So for today we are going to be going through the half kneeling single arm cable row. So firstly, why so much single arm work? So if we think about it, a lot of us do a lot of volume through our bilateral strength movements such as squatting, doing our weightlifting movements and other powerlifting movements as well. So when it comes time for our accessory movements, it's always a good idea to complement that heavy load of compound bilateral work, and this includes other rowing exercises such as pen lay rows and vertical pulling such as pull-ups, with other single arm rowing exercises. Secondly, when we do our single arm rowing exercises, especially an exercise such as this, it enforces a lot of thoracic rotation, and it also starts to allow us to find control in the frontal plane whilst doing a sagittal plane movement. So what I mean by this is, as we're rowing, it forces us to stabilize and stop any lateral and sideways shifting. If we do that, it will, it won't help our movement, and it can affect the performance and obviously the muscle recruitment as well. Another reason we enjoy this particular exercise doing it single arm is it allows us to be in a half kneeling position. So I will show you what that looks like in a second, but why the half kneeling position? When we get into a half kneeling position, as opposed to standing up, when we are down there, it allows us to better proprioceptively pull our ribs down and to stack our rib cage on top of our pelvis. In this position, it's a lot easier to find that than it is when you're standing up or sitting down on the floor. So for all of these reasons, this is why we are such big advocates of the movement. So now we're going to clear up two big errors that we see with this. The first error that we see is an overextension of the spine, so that just looks like this. And secondly, dumping the shoulder forwards when we row. So instead of keeping our shoulder here, we end up with our elbow well behind us and our shoulder rolls forward. Both of these things can affect us adversely, can increase the risk of injuries, and again, it doesn't help our overall movement. So now I'm going to go through the movement, go through a few really easy coaching tools that you can use with your clients. Alternatively, if you don't coach, just when you do the exercise, this is going to help you perform it better. So, firstly, I'm going to grab this cable with my left arm and I'm going to put my left knee down. From here, this is my half kneeling position when I have one knee on the floor and 1 foot up. Firstly, we want 90 degrees with our back leg and 90 degrees with our front leg. To assume a good half kneeling position, I'm going to roll my hip under. When I do this, you might feel a bit of a pull through the quad. And I'm also going to exhale and draw my ribs down. Once I've done this, I'm in a good half kneeling position. From here, I'm going to make sure I let my arms stretch all the way out so that scapula glides along my rib cage, and I take myself through a full range of motion. Now I can execute the row. From here, I'm going to drive my elbow back, keeping my ribs down, and I'm going to come straight out. So that first error that we're talking about, the overextension of the spine, is going to look like this. So you can see that this sacrifices that alignment of my rib cage and pelvis, and now it's going to force other muscles to get recruited, and it's going to affect the movement quality. The second issue is when we dump the shoulder forwards. So what happens when we do this is we can irritate the structures in the front of our shoulder, and it doesn't allow for good recruitment of those upper back muscles. So make sure when you do the movement, we keep those ribs down and just drive the elbow straight back. And this should be your finishing position, not there. So I hope that helped to clear up a few things about the single arm row done in the half kneeling position, why we like to use single arm rowing exercises, and also how you can stop those two big errors that we see with this exercise and other rowing movements. So I hope that helps. Remember, you can use these, cues with your other rowing exercises as well. And if you have any questions, please just let us know.